Welcome back to another explainer. Look, we have literally all been there, right? Staring at a login screen, racking our brains trying to remember which of our 50 different password variations we used this time. Or maybe you're just exhausted from reading yet another headline about a massive corporate data breach that leaked your personal info. Honestly, the way we handle our online identity right now is completely broken. So today, let's dive into this fascinating new release from Linkspreed LLC regarding their brand new UID mobile app launch and see exactly how it's reshaping the whole concept of digital identity from the ground up. If you've been following the evolution of the decentralized internet, you know the conversation has rapidly shifted from who controls our data to how can we actually take that control back. Well, today we're looking at a major practical step in that exact direction. Just to make sure we grasp the full scope of this shift, here is our quick roadmap for today. We're going to cover the pocket first shift, what exactly sovereign identity is, an explanation of zero-knowledge proofs, the tribe ecosystem, and finally, how this is ready for the real world. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the pocket first shift, moving from the web straight to mobile. So this is where the theoretical ideas of Web 4 start to meet the actual physical device you're probably holding in your hand right now. The web version of the Universal International Identity, or UIID ecosystem, is already active and working. But the real game changer happens this coming week as they hit the Google Play Store for Android users. And yes, they've already confirmed that later this year, an iOS version is going to follow. Now, you gotta understand, this isn't just a standard tech rollout or a lazy port of a website to a smaller screen. This is a fundamental migration of where our identities actually live. They are currently finalizing all these performance optimizations to ensure the launch is incredibly robust, taking a really deliberate step-by-step approach to make sure it's accessible across all platforms. There is a quote here that I think perfectly captures this. A spokesperson for Linkspreed said, "We have already established the core of UIID on the web. Now we are putting that power directly into the pockets of our users." I love that emphasis on a pocket-first philosophy. Think about how we store our identity today. Right now, your digital life is locked away in some massive distant cloud server. It's like a heavily guarded vault thousands of miles away that you have to constantly ask for permission to access. With this pocket-first approach, they aren't just making a cute companion app. They are literally taking that vault and shifting it straight to the physical hardware you carry in your jeans every single day. Your identity actually lives with you. To put that into perspective, think about your current digital life. If we're being honest, it's probably a chaotic tangle of passwords, super vulnerable, and incredibly fragmented. We all rely on dozens of different authentication methods, basically just crossing our fingers and hoping none of them get compromised. But the UID ecosystem, it replaces all that absolute chaos with a high-performance sanctuary right on your device. Because it relies on hardware-level integration on your mobile phone, your identity isn't just a random string of characters that a hacker can easily intercept over Wi-Fi. It is cryptographically bound to the actual silicon of your phone. It transforms your device into a literal fortress for your personal data. Moving right along to Section 2, what is sovereign identity? Let's talk about redefining ownership. To truly wrap our heads around sovereign identity, we have to look at Web 4. Now, Linkspreed LLC, which is the pioneering tech firm based out of Albuquerque, is architecting this specific ecosystem, but the underlying philosophy represents a massive shift for all of us. Think about the internet's evolution. Web 1 was mostly reading static pages. Web 2 brought us social media, writing and interacting. Web 3 introduced decentralized currency and finance. So what's Web 4? Web 4 is all about decentralizing identity. It's about empowering individuals with radical ownership and total security over their digital lives, finally severing our reliance on third-party tech giants to tell the rest of the world who we are. And that brings us to two incredibly powerful words: absolute ownership. By transitioning to a dedicated mobile platform, everyday users can hold their digital identity anchored safely to their personal device. I want you to imagine if every single time you wanted to show your driver's license at a grocery store or a bank, you had to physically call the DMV, wait on hold for 20 minutes, and ask for their explicit permission to verify your age. That sounds insane, right? But that is exactly how web logins work today. We constantly ask big tech companies to vouch for us. Absolute ownership cuts out that middleman entirely. You aren't renting your login credentials anymore. You own them, and you dictate exactly who gets to see them and when. Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, Zero Knowledge Proofs Explained, where privacy finally meets verification. Okay, zero knowledge proofs, or ZKP. I know, it sounds super intimidating, maybe a bit like sci-fi jargon. but it's simply the protocol that allows UID to prove a fact is true without exposing the underlying data. Let's use a real-world analogy. It is exactly like proving to a bouncer at a club that you're over 21 without actually handing over your physical ID. They don't see your birth date, your home address, or even your full name. Through complex mathematics, the bouncer just instantly knows you meet the age requirement. ZKP allows the system to verify your credentials without ever handing over the raw personal data. It is how you achieve institutional-grade trust without sacrificing a single ounce of your privacy. Let's look at how this plays out in practice. Step 1, your vital credential, let's say university degree, is stored safely on your pocket-first device. Step 2, when a potential employer needs to verify that degree, the UID app uses ZKP for the data verification. And Step 3, the institution gets instant, foolproof confirmation that your degree is valid, but your private data never actually leaves your phone. Boom. It is just incredibly elegant. As a user, you get a totally frictionless, instantaneous verification, while the underlying math completely shields your personal info. All right, Section 4, the tribe ecosystem. Let's look at this unified digital layer. So it's really important to note that UID isn't just operating in a vacuum as some standalone app. It actually serves as the foundational digital wallet and the primary authentication layer for this whole thing called the Tribe Application Suite. It is designed to completely replace traditional login methods across the broader network. Just imagine the sheer convenience here. Instead of creating a new username, yet another password, and setting up an annoying two-factor authentication for every new service, your UID acts as a single, secure master key that instantly unlocks the doors across this entire decentralized suite of applications. Ultimately, this ecosystem acts as what they call a seamless digital anchor for the modern internet. And I absolutely love that phrasing, seamless digital anchor, because it truly grounds your interactions. In a digital sea full of data scrapers, targeted advertising, and constant anxiety-inducing data breaches, this is your unmovable anchor. Having a foundational layer that is cryptographically secure, permanently tied to your physical device, and entirely under your own control, that provides a level of peace of mind that honestly just hasn't been possible on the internet until right now. Finally, let's wrap things up with Section 5, ready for the real world. Let's talk about the actual impact and application here. Because tech is only as good as its real-world application, right? Designed for really easy integration, this setup empowers users to safely utilize their pocket-first identity across all facets of daily life. We're talking about connecting your sovereign identity to third-party platforms, educational institutions, financial services, even compliance records. Imagine your daily routine, waking up, instantly logging into your bank without typing a password, effortlessly verifying your college transcripts for a job application, and then signing a secure compliance document for your doctor. All of it done instantly with one unified pocket-first identity. It takes the high-minded, theoretical concepts of Web 4 and actually makes them function smoothly in our real-world economy. So as we watch this monumental shift toward decentralized identity happen right in front of us, it leaves us with one massive question to ponder about our digital future. In a Web 4 ecosystem architected for radical ownership, who truly owns your identity in the modern internet? Well, with the rollout of the UID Mobile App to Android this week and iOS later this year, the argument is being made that the answer should be, and finally can be, you. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really encourage you to think about how a pocket-first identity might completely change how you interact with the digital world. Keep questioning, keep learning, and I will see you in the next one.